Meme coins are risky, but can they actually make you money? This is how I doubled my money, aka double my profits, with Trump coin. An experiment which worked. So a few weeks ago, just before Donald Trump became president, he basically released a meme coin called Trump, which a lot of people thought was pretty crazy. Quite a few people thought it was a scam. Some people were shocked, but it made sense because leading up to this moment, he was talking about helping out people who were aped into Bitcoin, people who were thinking long term with crypto. Everyone was praising Trump as the crypto president. So it was a long time coming.
This afternoon, I'm laying out my plan to ensure that the United States will be the crypto capital of the planet and the Bitcoin superpower of the world, and we'll get it done. If crypto is going to define the future, I want to be mined, minted, and made in the USA. It's going to be. It's not going to be made anywhere else. And if Bitcoin is going to the moon, as we say, it's going to the moon, I want America to be the nation that leads the way, and that's what's going to happen.
And as a lot of the things that he's done recently, he has followed through on a lot of his promises. So it was a refreshing thing to see. Now this coin went from like $0 and it skyrocketed to a few $1 billion overnight. And I think its peak was like $15 billion. I'd have to check the chart, I'm not sure, but it went crazy high in terms of the market cap of this coin, right? Now, I'd love to angle this video and say how I had an amazing calculated strategy and I'm this amazing investor, but the truth is, I just had a hunch and it paid off. But there's a little bit more to it. As you watch this video, you'll kind of suss that out. Now, I'm not really big into meme coins. I've been long-term investing into crypto for quite a long time, but I thought since it was a big thing and it was linked to Trump, I thought I'd just try it kind of like as a meme or a gamble, kind of just for a little bit of fun. But I wasn't early, right? I didn't get into Trump coin early, but I also didn't get into it late. I was kind of in a perfect sweet spot, but I wasn't early enough to make a crazy lot of money like a lot of other people did. So I decided just to spend a little bit of the Solana I had. I had like a few $100s of Solana in my wallet, so I decided just to put $80 into Trump coin and just think if it went up, cool. If it didn't, whatever, it's only like $80, right? And I did this, I think around 1 to 2 days before his inauguration. So before he was like gonna get sworn in as the president, I decided to buy a little bit of Trump coin. Now, my whole thesis on crypto is usually long-term thinking, so I'm not really the most adept at trading short-term. I'm not like big on meme coins. So the strategy with that is a lot different to long-term investing, right? Meme coins are extremely speculative, which we'll get onto later in the video. But I thought the peak news in terms of Trump would be when he gets inaugurated into office and he's sworn in as president. I feel like the whole trend would kind of slow down after that or maybe crash. So I was thinking this is probably going to be the peak of popularity of the coin since it's all in the news right now and everyone's really just waiting to see if this picks up, so they're going to wait until he gets into office. So I thought, buy now and then just sell. It might go up even higher and I may miss out even more gains, but I thought as long as you're in profit, you're not losing anything, right? So the peak of attention I think would be before he gets into office, so I would sell at that point. That was my idea. I planned to sell on the inauguration day, but due to the time zones, I chose to sell at the midnight time, GMT time where I live, to avoid missing an opportunity, because I thought if I actually wait later, I'll miss it or I'll be asleep, so it probably wouldn't work out. But the interesting thing we saw is Trump had Trump coin, and then like the same night or like the day after, a few hours later at this point after I bought it, Melania Coin launched. So if you don't know, obviously Melania is the first lady, Trump's wife. She launched her own meme coin, which is pretty crazy, which caused Trump coin, I think it crashed like 60 to 90%. It basically crashed like crazy. So everyone thought maybe they just dumped, but it was because this new coin came out, all these normies and general people, they just thought, quick, panic sell Trump, let's buy this new Melania coin. So everyone was selling Trump. But my thought process is I was only playing with $80, so I didn't actually really care if I lost it anyway. So I just left it in Trump coin. I didn't want to sell because I'm not going to like panic over $80. So I kept it in Trump and I thought, let's not panic sell. That's like the main thing about investing. You're not making losses unless you actually realize the loss by selling, right? The same as realizing gains. You don't make gains unless you actually sell the asset. So basically, I held firm to this whole plan and outlook that I had, that I'm going to sell Trump coin when he gets into office. So I just kept it. I thought, if it goes up, great. Let's hope it goes up a bit. It was kind of fun. I'll leave it. I'll go play a game. I think I was playing Marvel Rivals at the time, because I do play some games sometimes. And within a few hours, it did actually start to slowly go up. But it's quite surprising how big of an asset this is and how big it was in the news. Yet it was trickling up really slowly. It was going up by like a few dollars, going down by a few dollars, like $5 to $10, and just being like really inconsistent, which obviously is a norm in meme coins, right? And eventually it went back up to what it was. It went all the way back up, and I think it was like, I was looking at it when it was like $140, and then like it went so low that it went to like the 80 I put in, and then it went a bit lower, I think. So it started to recover slowly over like 5 or 6 hours, so I had to wait a while. And it got to the point where just the night before, I think we were on like 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. of the new day when he was going to get into office, like hours later in America. I decided to sell it because it hit like $195 to $200 at this point. So I'd made a profit around like $100 to $110. I'd more than doubled the investment I put in, so I basically more than 2x'd it. Now you probably watching this video and from the title you thought, oh, he put in like 50k and he made like over 100 grand. Unfortunately, that's not the case. Which leads us on to this section of the video, which is the section where we're going to be responsible and talk about this like we're adults. Because the reason I only invested $80 is because $80 is not a substantial amount of my money. I didn't really care about losing $100, right? I see meme coins as both speculative and risky. Investing larger amounts, let's say I put 10k into it, would have been foolish given the uncertainty behind the asset, whether it's going to go up or not. I mean, it's not really an asset. A meme coin is just a joke. So if you put like 10k into it, you're going to lose the 10k or more in most situations. That would have been dumb, right? I could have had a payoff, but at that point it's literally gambling, which I don't do, so that's why I didn't do it. And I want to emphasize, for me, this is like more of an experiment rather than a serious investment. I'm not going to put serious money in meme coins because I'm going to go broke, right? That would just be so dumb. So that's why I didn't do it. And that leads me on to the point that if people watch this video and see that I made some gains, probably like teenagers or young people or people who are desperate for money, that leads me onto the section where I'm going to say meme coins, just like crypto in general, is highly speculative and it can lead to financial losses. Okay, so they're not reliable investments. In fact, I wouldn't even call this an investment at all. People who are messing with the money, they know that they're gambling with it at this point, so don't do that for a start. And it should be seen as gambling. Now, the only reason it wasn't gambling here is because I put such a small amount in, but I definitely won't put a lot of money into it. Since this point, also, I want to outline that Trump coin has dropped drastically from its peak. So when it peaked to like 15, 16 billion, I think it's now down to like 3 or 4. So it does still have quite a big market cap, but I would say at this point it's too late for you to make a profit or profit from it now. So I wouldn't say to buy any of this. Don't take this experience as any kind of advice. You will probably lose all of your money if you invest in this, and you will probably go broke, so just don't buy this. But what's interesting is, if we take a step back, is there was a rumor of a person who allegedly put $1 million into Trump coin. So they either have too much money, or maybe they have extra information, because they turned this 1 million into literally hundreds of millions, or maybe 100 million, a crazy figure. Now the speculations that this was an inside trade. So an inside trader is basically someone with insider knowledge of the operations of a project before it drops. Okay, so not someone of the general public. They had an idea of when it was going to launch, when to sell, etc. allegedly, but nobody knows this. This is just speculation, because obviously this is all anonymous, so we don't know. And I think I watched a YouTube video where allegedly the coin basically was distributed to affiliates, influencers, and Trump affiliated groups, which may have controlled large portions of the coin supply. So I can't say this for a fact, but I'm pretty sure allegedly there was a share between these groups. That's from a video I watched. I'm sure they have a public breakdown chart. I'm pretty sure they do. But yeah, it's stabilized now at a certain level. There's still billions of dollars in the market cap, and they do have like a promise of future potential utility, and they have token locking mechanisms which obviously could affect its future. So I think it might have been 3 months, but don't quote me on that, I'm not sure, where like a lot of the tokens are going to be locked and can't be sold, so it's going to keep it stable, or as stable as possible, for a while. But despite this, I still don't see this as a long-term play. I mean, if we take a step back, we get our head out of the whole rabbit hole here, and we stop being chronically online, and we just think, imagine telling someone you're investing your life savings into Trump coin. It sounds ridiculous, right? Which is why you should not buy this. Now, I was lucky to even get any gains from this, and I just did it as a joke, and I thought it'd make good content, invest a tiny amount, and then I can genuinely genuinely say I made some gains. So 2x gains. Would I invest again? Probably not, unless I was putting a tiny amount in again, because meme coins are both unpredictable and risky. And I put like $10 or $15 into a few others after, and all of them lost because most of them are just pump and dumps and rug pulls. But it was an interesting little experiment, which leads me on to the next point. To invest in crypto or even stocks in the stock market or the S&P 500 or individual stocks, first you need an active income source. And if you don't have one, then I do want to mention that last year we generated over 7 figures in revenue on Shopify on our e-commerce store with dropshipping. If you check out my channel, you'll see some videos where I show the award. I have 2 awards now where we got over 10,000 plus orders on both of those stores, which are verified and issued to us by Shopify. I've also shown all the revenue breakdowns on the channel. I've revealed some of my old winning products for completely free. So if you need any kind of proof, you can check out the whole past track record on my channel. Everything's basically documented. I've been sharing free strategies for over 2 years on this channel. If you're interested to join, you can click on the link down below. It will take you to my community. We have nearly 100 members inside right now, and there's a whole bunch of value in there. There's some case studies in there which talk about how brands literally went from $0 to over 8 figures annually. There's brands that have made $30 to $50 million a year, and I've actually done case studies on them, analyzed the funnel, the whole process, taken a look at their winning flagship products and how they've made that revenue. So if you're interested in starting a store or a brand, these can be really invaluable to you. As well as this, we have a new free software tool in there for product research, which I personally developed and I've shared to all my members. So if you're struggling with product research, or if you would like some software to help you with it, to actually track and document all the products you find, that can be useful too. And I also share all my advertising strategies in there. So if dropshipping and e-commerce is something which interests you and you want to make an income source online and make money from home or when you're traveling or from the computer, just like I do, then do check out that community. It's still the start of 2025, so if you are trying to reach your income goals or start an online business, it's definitely not too late to start right now. You have the whole year ahead of you. And if you didn't start at the beginning of January and you don't believe in New Year's resolutions, then now is still a perfect time to get started. Nearly 100 people have joined. We have around, I think, 89 members in right now, so we're about to hit 100 members. And as soon as we do, we're going to increase the price. It's been $1 for the last 1 or 2 months since we started it. We haven't really been trying to make money off this. We've just been sharing a ton of value for just $1, which is crazy. But prices for this community are increasing now as we add more value, courses, information. And recently I found a few potential products which have actually been giving me some pretty good results. I think they are my first winners for the start of the year. So I've been sharing everything in the community which has been working for me right now in the past few weeks, currently in January 2025. Because if you didn't know, I'm not like these fake gurus. I actually do e-commerce and dropshipping, and I share what works for me actively right now. We're not sharing anything outdated. So if that interests you, if you've ever been interested in starting e-commerce or dropshipping, but you've been trying to find someone legit, do click the link down below and join. Don't miss out on the current offer. There's a ton of stuff inside, as well as a supportive community and a lot of people doing the same thing as us. And you can also smash the like button right now, press the subscribe button, because you can see a lot of free value on this channel every single week, and check out one of these 2 videos next if you want to learn more or get started, and you can stick around for a little bit. See you in the next one.